Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about how I got a concussion in school. To understand the story better, you have to know how our seating charts were. Our teachers want us to be more outgoing and talking with each other all the time. So they sat us around the table. And that sounds good, like everybody sits around a table, they can talk with each other. But there is one problem. It's always two or three kids that has their back turned to the whiteboard. And of course, I was one of those kids. And now you may wonder, but how do you see the whiteboard if your back is against it? And that's the problem. You don't. So what I did, I just turned myself 180 degrees and had my back rested on the table and had my legs like outwards towards the whiteboard. And one day, when I was in class, the teacher said to me, Max, you can't sit like that. You will get hurt. You can't get a concussion if you sit like that. And I was in that age where I trust every adult that told me something. So I trusted her. And she told me to sit sideways on the chair so I won't get hurt and fall back. But when I sat backwards in the chair, I always had the table as my backrest. But now I couldn't have it. So of course, after half an hour, I had forgot that I was sitting sideways. And I wanted to lean back to my table that was my backrest. So I started leaning backwards. And by the time I wondered why the table hadn't catch my back, it was too late. I fell down on the floor and landed right on my head. And it was so embarrassing because we were in the middle of class. Everybody was looking at me, had their heads turned because it was a big loud noise that came when I landed on my head. And after I lay there for like 30 seconds, the teacher finally came up to me and like, Max, how did it go? Are you okay? And I didn't want to start a cry because I was in the middle of class. So I just say, yes, I'm okay. But the teacher didn't believe me, so she took me out of the classroom. And she said that I had to lay down in the couch in the teacher's room. And of course, I listened to her. And then I lay down, and she went to call my parents. And then when my dad finally came to pick me up, he didn't take me to the hospital because he thought it was just like a light fall. But my mother wanted me to go to the hospital, but he thought he knew best. So we went home.